The Ukrainian Air Force continues to strike hard on a daily basis, keeping constant pressure on Russian troops across the front. In the Lyman direction, a powerful airstrike hit a building in Tors'Ke, where Russian forces had gathered, causing heavy losses. Such precision strikes have become routine, targeting concentrations of enemy manpower and command posts, making it increasingly difficult for Russian units to regroup or plan offensive actions. Each day, Ukrainian aviation demonstrates its growing role in shaping the battlefield, denying Moscow the ability to move freely or securely within occupied areas. The Kuibyshev refinery in Samara, Russia, has been shut down following a large-scale attack by Ukrainian drones, Russian media outlet Astra reported. According to the report, at least 29 drones targeted the facility, sparking 7 separate fires. As of August 28th, the refinery had completely halted operations. The strike hit the refinery's AVT-4 and AVT-5 primary processing units, which are critical for the production cycle, as well as a liquefied gas overpass, a gas pipeline, a gasoline pipeline, a hydrogen production unit, and a diesel tank. Several fires broke out as a result. The Kuibyshev refinery, owned by state-run Rosneft, has an annual processing capacity of about 7 million tons of crude oil. It is one of the largest refineries in the Volga region and primarily processes oil from western Siberia and the Samara region. Its main products are gasoline and diesel, along with fuel oil, kerosene, petroleum gases, and solvents. On August 26th, Reuters reported, citing industry sources, that Ukrainian drone strikes on 10 Russian refineries, excluding the Kuibyshev refinery, had disabled at least 17% of the country's refining capacity. In the past month, Ukrainian drones have hit Rosneft's Ryazan and Syzran refineries, Lukoil's Volgograd refinery, as well as the Novoshakhtinsky, Saratov, Afipsky, and Novokuibishevsk refineries. The strikes have already caused fuel shortages in parts of Russian-occupied Ukrainian territories, as well as in southern Russia and the Far East, with disruptions spreading to new regions. A Polish Air Force F-16 multi-role fighter jet crashed during the Radom 2025 air show rehearsal. The incident was reported by local air spotters and the air show DLA Radomia page, and eyewitnesses posted a video of the crash. The accident occurred during a complex dead-loop maneuver when pilot Maciej Krakowian failed to climb in time and collided with the ground. Krakowian did not have time to eject and tragically died along with the combat vehicle. It is not known whether air show spectators and other aircraft were affected by the tragedy. It is reported that this year's air show was canceled due to the accident. Polish Defense Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz expressed his condolences to the family of the deceased pilot and said that this tragedy caused a great loss to Polish aviation. Russian terrorists struck an intercity and passenger train that was scheduled to run on the Kyiv-Kharkiv route. For now, we are not canceling the trips. Passenger cars, including those newly received from the factory, will be put on the route, Ukrzaliznytsia reported. Can Russia weather a fuel crisis caused by Ukrainian drone attacks? Sergei Vakulenko from Carnegie Institute is analyzing. Right now, the situation looks challenging but manageable. Most of the refineries that have been hit by Ukrainian drones continue to produce gasoline, albeit in reduced quantities. It has also been possible to redirect gasoline from unaffected regions, and some of the deficit has been eased by tapping state reserves. It's important to remember that a lot of Russian vehicles and military equipment nut on diesel, not gasoline, and Russia has a diesel surplus. Accordingly, the sort of full-scale fuel crisis that could end up impairing the functioning of the economy, or the army, is still a long way off. On top of this, annual gasoline production in Russia exceeds domestic demand by up to 0%, while diesel production is more than double what is needed. Even if the damaged refineries, which account for about 0% of primary refining capacity, stopped functioning entirely, the resulting deficit would be small and could be offset by imports, from Belarus, for example. Ukrainian attacks on the Unecha and Nikolskoye pumping stations on the Druzhba oil pipeline, which supplies Belarus, among other countries, could theoretically lead to the stoppage of Belarusian refineries. But following an August 18th attack on the pipeline, repairs were swift, and Druzhba was fully functional again within 2 days. That said, larger shortages could push the government to more extreme steps. The simplest option would be for officials to abolish all price controls, allowing the market to balance supply and demand, including by redirecting fuel to deficit-stricken regions. While effective, this would cause short-term suffering for ordinary Russians, particularly farmers. Poland and Finland are exploring the possibility of restoring drained wetlands as a natural barrier against a potential ground invasion by Russia. According to Politico, the restored peat bogs could serve as an effective defense, hindering the advance of enemy armored vehicles, including tanks, as well as infantry forces. Most of Europe's peatlands are concentrated along NATO's border with Russia and its ally Belarus, stretching from the Finnish Arctic through the Baltic states and into eastern Poland. Scientists claim that restoring some of the drained wetlands in this region would be a relatively cheap and simple measure to simultaneously achieve Europe's environmental conservation and defense goals. When the terrain is boggy, it becomes a dangerous trap for military trucks and tanks, the publication notes. Finland's Ministries of Defense and the Environment will begin talks in the fall on launching a pilot project to restore peatlands. As for Poland, the publication writes that the country's defense ministry is interested in restoring wetlands along the eastern border. The issue is currently being discussed by scientists, as well as the Ministries of Defense and the Environment. Poland is currently implementing the Eastern Shield program, which involves the construction of a network of fortifications, barriers, and obstacles to strengthen the border with Russia and Belarus. The project was presented in May 2024. According to the plan, the government will invest 10 billion zlotys, $2.55 billion, in its construction. Completion is scheduled for 2028. On the evening of August 25th, a soldier was injured on Poland's border with Belarus. The United States has begun flight tests of the YFQ-42A fighter drone. General Atomics reported that the tests are being conducted in cooperation with the U.S. Air Force. The company plans to launch serial production of the fighter and offer a competitive price for armies. It was our cooperation that made it possible to build and fly the first YFQ-42A in less than a year, General Atomics said. The YFQ-42A is equipped with an autonomous core that has been tested for years on the MQ-20 Avenger drone, the successor to the MQ-9 Reaper attack drone. Avenger also has the function of autonomous control of several drones. It is possible that the YFQ-42A will have a similar capability. The company plans to integrate air-to-air missiles capable of destroying other aircraft into the new drone. The integrated capabilities of a stealthy, unmanned air-to-air jet combined with a proven autonomous AI-based core give the Army an advantage in future battles, the company said. These drones are designed to become faithful assistants to modern manned fighters. The U.S. Air Force believes that a single manned fighter jet can control more drones than previously thought, and with less complex autonomous technologies. The development of such drones is being carried out within the framework of the CCA, Collaborative Combat Aircraft concept. They are intended to complement or even replace manned fighters in certain combat roles. By 2029, it is planned to deploy more than 150 CCA units, which will participate in reconnaissance and combat operations together with 5th and 6th generation aircraft.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comments section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.